Oh,
Oh, this?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing now?
I thought you were time lapse.
Oh.
you know.
That would be cool though, if I didn't blue mine or.
I know a trooper that might get us one.
Did you get us going?
Anyway, we got it. Yeah, I figured that now. But
Okay, I guess we're live.
Monday
Yeah, I
night,
was waiting for this
15
too, because that's when we'll go by.
Yeah.
It's all, it should, yeah, that goes.
Okay.
We're good.
Call the meeting to order. Nina, please take the roll.
Councilman Bundy,
Present.
Councilman Brennan,
Here.
Councilman McCain.
Here.
Councilman Stokes.
Present.
Mayor Slay.
Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum for the May 18th, 2020 council meeting. First on the agenda is, well, obviously we've already done one, but item 2, a discussion of COVID information. As you guys all know, we're now into phase 2 of the governor's rebound of Idaho. I did have a call last week, and I think you guys all get those AIC call-ins if you want to get on them. He did say that the first day of the TAP grant, about 3,000 people had signed up for it. They are looking, and can you expand on that a little bit, Courtney, really quick?
They're phasing it out. I believe the first date, I don't remember exactly what it was, but the first round was for businesses. I think it was like 1 to 19, and then the next was 20 and over. So that'll be opening up this week, I think. And then there was talk, if they're spitballing, I don't know if they're going to be able to make it work or not, but they're talking about potentially opening up the rebound grant for those businesses that couldn't qualify this round. They're just trying to figure out how to do it. So if your business is potentially interested, if you're a salon worker or independent contractor, or you own your own business but you don't have any employees, it would behoove you to get your TAP number in with the tax commission just to be ready just in case. The worst thing you're out is time at that point if they can't make it work. But if there's extra funds, it's best to be ready. So they're moving forward.
I know that they had sent out their first batch of checks last Tuesday for the governor, but I think there are some issues with that as well. You just said they sent out their first batch of checks. Hopefully more to come. They're trying to get caught up. They're still behind the power curve of the unemployment, not having enough staff, things of that nature. But the checks that did go out, which is good for the people that definitely need them. What else? It is nice to see that the businesses did open up, restaurants and salons. Obviously, still haven't got a haircut yet. Definitely need one. And then, of course, everyone's saying, "Wait, we'll cut your hair for you and shave it." But I don't know if my wife will like that. Oh yes, thanks, Nina. The resolution will expire on the 20th. I was going to have it on today's, but it's just 2 more days. It's the resolution, the emergency resolution that expires in 2 days. So, obviously not on here, but it's just 2 more days. So that'll go away, and then we'll go back to the same thing. Also, the state has allocated the city of Mountain Home for COVID $495,500 for expenses due to COVID. What we're doing right now is any expense that occurred during that time, and it goes till December. Any expense, we're using that to go, and then Jamie will start putting that in, get some funds back. Anybody that worked that time, hopefully we'll get that back as well. So here moving forward, we'll keep you guys more informed on once we send that out, and then once we get money back, just so you guys are in the loop on that. So that's all I have for the COVID information, unless you guys have something.
Mayor?
Councilman McCain?
I was just talking to Mike, and Mike gave me some numbers here that evidently the state right now is at 2,419 cases, and Elmore County is still at 30, which Elmore County's been at 30, I think, for about a week and a half now, if not 2 weeks, to where now that salons and restaurants are opened again, I'm curious to see what that is going to happen, if that's going to go up substantially because of those openings, to where I'm just hoping that they don't. I hope it stays where it is so we don't have to backtrack.
Mr. Mayor? Councilman Bundy?
Yeah, this last Saturday I went down to
the farmer's market in downtown to kind of see what's going on down there. And I was very pleased to see that the farmer's market has got, I mean, they had reduced vendors, but they were spaced apart. They had posted instructions there. It seemed like the customers were all very careful to maintain social distancing, and they had all of the rules that the vendors were given certain procedures and they were following them and had them posted. So I thought that was great. Took a little walk up and down the streets, and of course I had to go into the donut tree and get a donut, and customers in there were maintaining their spacing and the employees were doing what they should. And, stopped a couple other places in town, and, I'm glad the business is opening. I'm glad that these people are being able to do it, but it's nice to see that people are still being cautious and careful and supporting business and getting our economy back on track.
Definitely.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Brennan?
do you happen to know that 495,000 is the feds reimbursing the state, or is it straight up just state money?
I think it's from the 1.25 billion that they got from the feds.
Okay. I was not sure about that.
Is it 1.25 or was it 1. Well, either it's, I know it's over $1 billion. So yeah, and they proportioned out per, I think it was per population.
Good.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, Councilman Stokes. I've been following the numbers pretty closely, and I would agree with Councilman McCain that we basically stayed flat for at least 2 weeks. I was wondering what the protocol is for skipping a stage or two. Do we have to talk to the governor? Can we get on that and see what options we have as a local municipality?
Well, the governor already moved.
Councilman Bundy?
I'm sorry. The governor already moved bars and nightclubs to stage 3.
Okay.
Because it was hard to determine between the two. So I don't know if that's what you're getting at. That'd be about the only thing that would still be affected with that. So my understanding is that's already been moved to phase 3 by the governor.
Okay, and that's only 2 weeks out from today?
Less.
Yeah.
And you know what? I forgot, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna suspend the Robert's Rules of Order so you guys can talk back and forth. But, you know what I mean?
Do we follow those? I mean, Mayor.
We try. That'd be May 30th, then, Councilman Bundy?
Correct.
Okay.
So then the only thing in stage 4 left are like large venues and things like that.
Okay,
I think
great.
I'm assuming that's what you were getting at.
Yeah, I just don't want to keep hurting our businesses, especially our local small businesses.
Yeah, they're.
Well, that's what we've been talking about all along, was hopefully moving stuff forward. So I think that would be fantastic. Hopefully just the numbers will stay down to where we can justify moving it.
Mr. Mayor?
Continue.
Yeah, is there a chance we could skip one stage? That's my real question. Instead of going to stage 3, can we go straight to stage 4 if our numbers are around this 30, 31 mark?
I thought we all agreed to stick with the governors. So
Yep.
that way, I did meet with some of the bar owners last week with Chief Connors and Paul Fitzer, our city attorney. It's one of those things you don't ever want to supersede the governor, but I understand where he's going, and I think we all try to take that information that he gets, and he's got a lot more money and a lot more brains and with his people. But then again, we definitely don't want to be in the same boat if we're only at 30. We've been at 30 for 2 months. There's no reason for everyone not to. So we don't want to be, like other municipalities and go out there and say, we're going to defy the governor and then have them come in and probably, I don't know how it works with the state troopers taking them in there, or if it's ABC or who goes in there. I don't want them to get a fine. I did talk to a couple bars that said that they'd called ABC and that they would give fines. They went over to a few bars over in the Treasure Valley and warned them. So I was worried that, I don't want not only are they our bars not getting any income, then they tack on a big fine as well. I know from our level that we would educate and no fine. So on our end.
Well, if you look at it too, and I think your big point there, Brad, was bars and nightclubs, and they've already been moved to phase 3.
Yeah.
So really the only thing in phase 4 is visits to senior living facilities and movie theaters, and that doesn't really affect us. So kind of a moving the bars to phase 3, it kind of makes it, I think, a moot point.
That's all I had on that one. You guys have any other questions, or if not, we'll run into item number 3. Item number 3 is discussion decision on when to begin water shutoffs again and charging late fees and turning people over to the collections for non-payment. And this one is the one where I thought we could, you know, if you guys allowed to push it off until July. Judy?
Judy's right there.
I thought we already decided to
No, you
push
decided,
it off until June.
I couldn't hear what was being said.
what date were you saying would be where if we were gonna,
Recommendation.
if they were gonna do this, what were you recommending, what month to do this in? You guys had figured out a date, that was why it had to be on this council meeting, so that.
Well, if we're going to do it, we have to decide now because we have to assess late fees on the 21st.
So are we saying June or July? I couldn't remember.
If you start late fees on the 21st, it would be June, correct?
If we assess late fees on the 21st of May, we will shut off the first week of June. But I don't know if we want to do that if we still have people shut down.
So that's I guess my recommendation is if we could start it in June and then get into July. That way
So
it
we
gives
would shut off
everybody
in July.
open. The checks, hopefully, all the other checks from the state are funneled in by then. Gives it another 30 days.
I agree. I think this is too soon to be going right back into charging them right off the bat, to where I would go along with June, starting June, effective in July.
So we'll assess late fees June 21st.
That would be
and
mine.
Shut off the first week of July.
June 21st is a Sunday, so would it be the 22nd?
It'd actually be 23rd,
Okay, 23rd.
because we always give them that Monday.
Hmm.
To get those payments in.
So are you guys okay with that, or want to make a motion, or?
I'll make a motion then that we don't start assessing late fees until July. Though I don't know what month, what June for July payment or shut off, yeah.
How are we sitting right now? Everyone's doing really good, or?
Yeah, it looks like as far as people that owe from like March or before, we still have like 105 customers that are lagging there. But really considering, I think that's really good. And for April, we have 226 customers that haven't caught up yet, but, you know, considering everything's been shut down, I think that's really good.
Mayor, I know that this is kind of unusual and this whole situation here is unusual. What would it be a problem? Could we send out to those 100 customers that are back in March a notice telling them, hey, it's gonna start this month, to do that so they're aware that it is coming, if they're just not paying because they know right now they don't have to?
I'm sure there's a few people that are just taking advantage of it, but for the most part, I think.
Well,
Would that be a,
but that's what that notice is that she's gonna send in June. It's gonna
Oh,
tell
Yeah.
them.
okay, that's the notice that, oh, okay, all right.
Says, Pay or I'm shutting you off.
Does that just go to those individuals that are?
Yeah.
behind?
It only goes to the people that are behind.
Okay. I
And it
just
tells them
wanted
if they don't pay
let
by
them have-
what will it say, Judy? If they don't,
It will say, if you don't pay by, I don't know what the dates are, say July 5th, we're gonna shut you off July 6th. You know, I'm
Something
not
like
sure
that.
what
Those aren't
day
the
shut
exact
off
days,
day
but
is,
it's not.
but
right, it's not.
and they'll get that
Yeah.
notice in June.
In June, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
we try to give them like 2 weeks from the time we send the notice to the time we shut off.
And that's expecting a full caught up on payments, right?
Yeah.
Not just like
Anything
one
that
month.
is still past due. But we're gonna work with everybody though, you know, because some people are just getting back to work. So as long as they call and say, hey, I'm still behind, I have this big balance, we're gonna work with them. You know, whether it means we waive a late fee for them or just put off shutting them off for a little bit.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead, Councilman.
I would like to see us go 1 month past that to late July, shut off in early August, just to give people time to catch up. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, well, if we're gonna do that, we need to leave the motion that's already been made then.
We didn't get a second to his motion, so it technically died.
Right, but, well, we went off on another tangent, so we're, so.
Sorry, Mike.
Hey, let's-
Councilman McCain. So Paula?
Yeah.
Can we, the loss that we're incurring, the cities, the loss that it's incurring, can we put that into our 495?
I have no idea. We'll have to ask them. I don't even know if we can get reimbursed for hazardous pay. I mean, those are questions that the state would have to answer.
Okay,
But it's a good question.
okay. So yeah, we'll make sure we ask that question. Okay. All right, so, starting July for August.
Yeah, probably late July, say
Oh,
July 20th.
So it'd be
Late
July 21st is
Yeah.
when we would send out the notices.
That's what I'd
for
like
the
to
first part
see.
of August.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Brennan.
with that being in the heat of the summer and people are gonna have some people are gonna have really big water bills because they're watering their grass and stuff. I'm not willing to go that far. I'll do it 1 month at a time, like, I guess like what we're doing right now, but those bills will start to get astronomical. You know, if people haven't paid March, April, May, June, July, it'll be hard to catch up on that.
And then what's our plan for working with them? Do we obviously there's the minimum, just as long as they're showing that they're paying, more so.
More than the minimum, more than what their current bill is. What my plan is as long as they're paying more than what their current bill is, they're whittling away at that old stuff. Hopefully they can just pay it, but if they can't, as long as they're whittling away at it, we'll maybe not assess late fees to them as long as they're paying more than the minimum until they get their balance in.
Okay.
But it dropped between May 4th and May 14th. It dropped $12,000 in that 10 days from what was delinquent. So, I mean, they're making good progress.
Most people, for the most part, are paying.
Yes, most people are paying their bill.
Okay. Councilman, what do you guys want to do? You want to keep it at the month to month for right now? You want to do a hard line in July or August? Or do you just want to just have this every month? We just talk about it and see where we sit.
I like the month to month.
Well, based on that, if it's still alive, I'll second Councilman McCain's motion now, since there hasn't been another one made, which would take us 1 more month down the road, and then further discussion if we have to.
So Councilman McCain, your motion is a new one. You have to, for July
No,
or to June?
his motion is June.
Oh.
June with
Shut
payment
off.
in July, shut off.
in July.
Okay.
Collections in July.
There's a motion, a second. I'll call for the question. Councilman McCain?
Aye.
Councilman Brennan?
Aye.
Councilman Bundy?
Aye.
Councilman Stokes?
Nay.
All right, we're gonna run down to item number 4, executive session pursuant to 74-206-1C to acquire an interest in real property which is not owned by a public agency. Action item.
Mr. Mayor?
Councilman Stokes.
I'd like to make a motion to enter executive session pursuant to 74-201, subsection 1, subsection C, to acquire an interest in real property which is not owned by a public agency.
Second.
The motion is second. I'll call for the question. Councilman McCain.
Aye.
Councilman Stokes.
Aye.
Councilman Bundy.
Aye.
Councilman Brennan.
Aye.
Okay.
I always forget that.
Oh.
So I told Paula, would you call it and say